In this video, we are going to be talking about California laws, things that you should be paying attention to as a Californian person who votes and stuff like that. If you're voting, this is something you want to pay attention to. I ain't kidding. Screw the intro. We're just getting right into it, right? The California Senate bill, and I'll share the other two. I'll pop the other two up on the screen because this one's more important in my opinion, but I'll pop the other two on the screen here now. And then those are the things you want to go look into, go look upon, and stuff like that. Go look into it, man. Pay attention. I'm telling you right now. Pay attention. Use your brain. Read some things. Do some research. Look on the internet and stuff like that. Anyways, though, California Senate Bill 771, titled the Social Media Accountability Act, is a piece of legislation introduced by State Senator Henry Stern, Democrat, Los Angeles. It passed the California Senate unanimously 39-0 on May 7th, on 2025, May 7th. The Assembly on September 10th, 2025, with Senate concurrence on September 16th, 2025. The bill was enrolled and presented to Gavin Newsom on September 22nd, 2025, giving him until October 12th, 2025, adjusted for weekends and holidays from the standard 30-day deadline to sign, veto, or allow it to become law without his signature. If enacted, it would take effect on January 1st, 2027. The bill adds a new section to the Civil Code, commencing with Section 3273.72, aiming to hold large social media platforms accountable for the role of their algorithms play in amplifying content that could lead to real-world harm. So they are pretty much talking about how if platforms end up like boosting a post or something like that and something bad happens or whatnot, honestly, you should just look into it. You know, I'm not the one to explain it to you. I can explain it, but people won't understand what I'm saying. A lot of things get taken out of context for things that I say. Hold on, let's close this a little bit. But a lot of people take it out of context, so I think you should go look into it, watch another video about it. It's very wild to me. Blah blah blah, amplifying a real world harm. Targeted platforms applies only to large social media companies with over 100 million in annual gross revenue, e.g. Meta, X, Google, YouTube, TikTok. All the big boys, right? Liability framework, platforms could face civil lawsuits and penalties if their algorithms knowingly or recklessly amplify, e.g. via recommendation systems like For You pages. So YouTube's changing. YouTube is not only doing age verifications, not only are other countries doing age verifications, they don't want people under 16 using internets. They don't want people, you know, they're pushing the internet, the digital IDs and stuff like that. There's so many things. Go look at my YouTube shorts, by the way. Go look at, like, I've talked about various different things. I might actually make a video talking about everything and just like bringing it all together in one video, but it's insane. Canada wants to take your weapons. You know, digital ID is coming. There's so much stuff, right? Users generated content that aids and abets violations of California civil rights law. This includes content involving credible threats of violence, intimidation, which is kind of interesting, or corrosion based on protected characteristics such as race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, immigration status, or political affiliation. See, some of that stuff's kind of interesting to me, you know what I mean? The penalties, up to $500,000 per violation. So this is going to be changing the algorithm a lot. YouTube's going to have to change things around, and that's probably why they got AI. Probably makes it easier for them. Up to $1 million per violation for international. That's crazy. Scope focuses on content that incites imminent harm, e.g. threats leading to hate crimes, not general hate speech, which remains protected under the First Amendment, which, I mean, who knows? Yeah, that's interesting. It does not directly penalize individual users, but treats platforms as potential malicious conspirators, akin to aiding a hate crime. Defense's platforms could avoid liability by demonstrating they did not know about the content or took responsible reasonable steps to mitigate amplification. So that means censorship. That means censorship. So if there's something that you post and people don't agree with it, people don't fly with it, they're like, you know what? Censor that guy. We don't like what he's saying. We don't like him. People like what he's saying, but I don't like him. Boom. It's hurting the economy or something. That's just crazy. It's censorship, bro. This whole thing is censorship. Pretty wild to me. The bill seeks to address a perceived gap in current law where Section 230 of the Commission's Decency Act 1996 generally shields platforms from liability for user content. Proponents argue it aligns with the U.S. Supreme Court's 2023 Gonzalez versus Google ruling, which upheld Section 230 but allowed for targeted liability in cases of algorithm promotion of illegal activity. SB711 emerged amid rising concerns over online extremism, particularly after platforms like X and Meta relaxed content moderation in 2022 to 2025 following Elon Musk's accusation of X. Data cited in legislative analysis showed a 50% spike in hate speech on X posts in 2022, including slurs, blah blah blah, including the children, blah blah. Frame it as a tool to prevent algorithms from fueling real-world violence such as hate. Okay, dude. Okay. Yeah. I don't believe that. That's just like the whole. Yeah, that's just like the digital ID thing, saying, "Oh yeah, we're doing this because of immigration and stuff like that." Yeah, right, bro. This is just a good excuse to bring it up. I mean, as anything is, there's a lot of good excuses, a lot of good things to bring up. This is wild to me, bro. I don't trust this. This is the guy that was sitting there getting an interview while there's a fire going on behind him in Palisades, and the freaking reservoirs had no water. They were all getting like that's just crazy to me. And then also, by the way, there was something that he vetoed a bill or something like that would actually pay the firefighters more, which is crazy. So he screwed over the people that were supposed to take out the fires, but they couldn't because the guy that's signing the bill to veto the pay to the firefighters that were supposed to do their job couldn't, because guess what? Mr. Gavin Newsom was like, hey, yeah, let's go for an interview, man. Let's go for an interview. Let's go talk about the fire while there's a fire going on. All the firefighters are just sitting there in the back, just, picking stuff up off. It's just, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. Wants to redistrict everything in California, all of it for their benefit. It's a power grab. Even Arnold Schwartz talked about it. A lot of other people talked about it. It's a power grab. It's independent, and they want to make it their side. It's like the big boys want to say, oh, you got to follow our rules now. Nah. We got to leave this moderate. We got to leave this mid. This has got to stay mid, bro. They want to control this crap. And that's what's going on. And that's what the censorship is doing. It's controlling the online. You can't talk about certain things. So if Gavin Newsom did something, you can't talk bad about it, because guess what? It'll be deemed hate speech or a hate crime or something like that, and you'd be fined or something like that. Or maybe YouTube will censor it so it doesn't get pushed to the algorithm so people can't. Like, that is crazy to me. You could be speaking the truth and they'll deem it as hate crime, and then they'll decrease and devalue your tweet, your post, whatever. That's crazy to me. I don't know about you, but that's kind of crazy to me. And a lot of people are not waking up. They're not paying attention. They're not wanting to know this. And you should be sharing this video. You should be sharing this video, man. Sharing this video. We all have voices. We're all American. We're all people. We're all humans. We're all Canadian. We're all, other countries, all that stuff. We're everything, man. We're all people. Look at this. Look at this. Put your hand in front of your face. Put your hand in front of your face. What do you see? You see fingers, right? Do you see it? Or, I mean, some people are different. It's different for other people. I get it. But dude, it's not even about that. It's the fact that we all live here. We're all human. We all got brains. That's what I'm trying to say. People are gonna take that out of context, obviously. Don't take that out of context. It's just literally I'm trying to explain that we have a heart, we have feelings, we should all be understanding that something weird is happening right now. Something weird is happening. This is all happening all at once. All the age verifications, all the digital IDs, all the taking your weapons, all the censorship. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Stakeholder main criticism violates First Amendment and Section 230 by imposing vague liability for algorithmic decisions. Platforms will err on over censorship, removing legitimate discourse, enables subjective enforcement of hate speech, undefined in the bill, potentially targeting conservative views on immigration, gender, or politics. Again, intimidation. This is censorship. This is gonna be bad. This is bad. Could lead to bad faith lawsuits flooding courts. Risks suppressing advocacy on issues like Palestine or Israel, anti-Zionism conflated with anti-Semitism, or criticism of state violence, vague terms like willful, enabled bias, moderation against marginalized voices. By the way, this is off Grok. This is not me saying it. This is Grok. I'm reading off a script here, right? You know what I mean? This is not me saying it. I'm just reading what it says. Seen as a sneak attack on the First Amendment, especially amid distractions like the 2025 Charlie Kirk stuff. Platforms may delete accounts preemptively. Wait, what does it say? Just seen as a sneak attack on the First Amendment. Okay, yeah. Legal experts predict court challenges in the Ninth Circuit, where precedents, e.g., on Section 230, could strike it down as unconstitutional. Even some supporters acknowledge the risk of overreach, but argue safeguards, limits, and all that stuff. So, long story short, you should be right here. It says how to get involved. Right, you got to contact Newsom. I guess you call this number or via California Gov /contact select con on SB. That track the bill, legiinfo.legislator.ca.gov for updates, or advocate or post the veto SB711, which is trending on X. So long story short, this stuff is scary. This stuff is very scary. This stuff is happening. I've been talking about some of these things, and pretty soon we're gonna start seeing holograms. Another thing we're gonna see. I think holograms will be used for political things because people will fear. It's either that. Maybe in the future. I wouldn't say anytime now, but I think sometime in the future, I think we'll use holograms for political figures, and because it's safer. Because if you do a hologram, right? If you do a hologram and you're in another place, you don't have to worry about someone trying to take you out, right? That's like the best option. Like it's better than than bulletproof glass, right? It really is. A hologram. You're not there. I mean, if anything happens. In the building, whatever, nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna be a hologram. I think holograms will play. I think it's safer. You can have someone in a safe space and have someone, it's just way better. But long story short, overall, this bill, the SB711 is concerning to me. It's censorship on everything, and it's on. It's you want to know what it makes. I'm gonna end my video here in a second, but you want to know what this reminds me of. It reminds me of Gavin Newsom wanting to become president. This is what's going down. If this happens to other places, it all makes sense. It's because they want to help Gavin Newsom become president. Think about it. If Gavin Newsom wants to run for president, what's one thing you want to do? You want to make sure the state that you were governor in will vote for you, and you want to control them, right? And that's what's going on, is they're controlling them in every single play they make. No one can complain because then it will be deemed hate speech or a hate crime or maybe intimidation, right? They're trying to intimidate. They'll say, oh, he's saying the truth, but and then they'll just say, oh, he's trying to intimidate us. And then they'll start censoring you. This is bad. This is really bad. So make sure you call in. If you live in California, make sure you take this seriously. Make sure you call in, because they're giving illegal immigrants. Honestly, not my place. Not a place to talk. But I said what I said. I read all that. There's no intro. We just dive right into it, right? And let me know your thoughts down below. Obviously people can have their opinions. You disagree, whatever. That's cool. But there is common sense there. So if you disagree, I think you should be doing a little more research, reading into more people, not just the same people over and over again, but read some books. Read some stuff. I'm trying to read in books. I'm trying to start studying. I'm trying to start getting into reading books, the thesauruses, dictionaries, trying to get smarter, you know what I mean? And trying to just be better every single day and just grow and achieve and do the best I can and use my brain as best as I can. But overall, hopefully you take care of yourself. My name is A1 Solution. That is me. Knowing is half the battle. And make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and go check out all my shorts and just soak it in. Just Think about it for a second. Also, facial recognition. It's also crazy too to me. Facial recognition. Crazy. Tyler Robinson, the whole stuff, interesting stuff, man. Woo! Anyways, though, we out. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie Kirk, and freedom is all we want. And knowing is half the battle, man. Got to stay safe out there. Make sure you stay safe.